If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I live my life by this. If you also need some help and some push to set up all of your plans and goals for the week, then grab your pencil, notepad, whiteboard, whatever you need, and let's plan together. Hello, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Tabby. I am a nurse studying holistic nutrition, and I document my life here. Today is Monday. So today is the day that we plan out our entire week. Let's roll. Let me get a drink first. I could lie to you and say this is a matcha latte, but it's Celsius. Put you somewhere. Is this gonna work today? Oh, that's better. I just kind of peeked at school because it's Monday, so everything that I did last week is typically graded by Monday. Probably because AI is grading my... This is typically like when I figure out that I missed something, but we're in the clear zone. The next thing I want to do is I want to fill out my whiteboard because it still says February and it's March 9th. I have really made it a collection. I'm doing a project right now where I have to do community wellness events as a part of my project for nursing school. So every single day, boop, 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 except for today. But today I'm going to pole class, and I've been getting my pole class to sign off on my hours. So that's nice. All right, now we are going to write down our actual coursework assignments that are due. So let's do it. And if you're still with me, you better be planning, girl. If you plan to fail, you fail to plan, or whatever I said earlier. My week is laid out. It's not a heavy week. The way that they set up this semester, they knew that one class was going to be so heavy that they kind of lightened the load, which I really appreciate because I'm feeling it. At week 10 out of 15, I'm feeling it. The first class I'm taking is Concepts of Nursing. Every semester I have a Concepts of Nursing class. That is my heaviest class by far. But this week is pretty light. They know I'm working on my applied field experience hours that I talked to you about. So not too bad. I just have to show up to the live webinar, put in the quiz code, and then I have what's called Sure Path assignments, which is basically where you have to read a blurb of information, blurbs, I should say. It takes forever, and then you take quizzes. It's like what you have to do for continued education if you work at a hospital or anything like that. That's kind of what it's like. There's 8 of those lessons. I have a shadow health assignment, which is like a simulation, a computer simulation. That's an OB triage simulation. And every week we have what's called a VCBC. Don't even ask me what that stands for anymore. I could not even tell you. But basically it's where you do clinicals, like either VR clinicals, where I'm literally wearing a VR headset, which is somewhere around here, or another one of those computer simulations. So I have 2 VR simulations to do, and then the following week is we all get together for about an hour and we discuss everything we did and everything we learned in that simulation. So I have to make sure that I'm taking really good notes because I'm not going to remember a thing and I'm going to be questioned about it. That's everything for that class. My next class is Advanced Issues in Cognition, which is like a total throwaway class. The only thing I have to do is the live webinars and then the Sure Path assignments. I only have 4 of those, and that's it for the whole week. And every week has been like that. I know there's a big final project at the end, but that's kind of been like a blah, blah, blah class, honestly. And then my last one is human growth and development, which I took this class in my undergrad, but I like it better now just because I'm a little bit more interested in human growth and development now than I was whenever I was kind of forced to take it. I actually opted in for this class instead of, it was communication, public speaking or something like that. I was like, so this has actually been a good class. The only thing I don't like about it is that every week I have to do a discussion, which discussions are the bane of my existence. Oh my gosh, it is such a waste of time. Any online school I've ever heard of does these. If you don't know, it's a forum where you all answer the same exact question, pretty much the same exact way, and then you have to, throughout the week, reply to different people. There's nothing I care less about than what you said in your discussion post. And I know you don't care about what I said. And I know you don't care. So anyway, I have to do that by Wednesday, and then I have to reply in 2 separate days throughout the week. And then I have a quiz in that class, but it's open book, open note, open whatever. So it's not too bad. So not too heavy of a week, just time intensive, lots of clicky, 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 you know. That's a lot of what your graduate online nursing is a bunch of clicky, clicky, clicky. It gave me a little note that next week I have a skills video to record. Yeah, that's next week Tabby's problem. We don't pre-stress, so I just I did write a little note, but that's not my problem this week. Now I want to go over my goals and plans for this week for my holistic nutrition certification. I still have some requirements to fulfill. I still need to see one more client. I need to do an intake, and I also need to do a 2-week follow-up appointment. I did initially do my dad. I did his intake appointment, but I have learned so much more since doing his intake that I really didn't put us in a position for change or growth or anything. The goal that we came up with at the end was so unclear, and now I stand by my SMART goals. I'm going to make a video about SMART goals. When I was first learning them in my holistic nutrition certification, and also just all throughout nursing school, you hear about SMART goals. And I was like, yeah. Now I see the merit and how important it is to have something measurable, attainable, and clear. I'm going to redo my dad's, because at the end of it, we're just like, the whole time I was trying to give him suggestions of things that he should do. I'm like, you should meal prep, you should do this, I think you should do that. And I should know better. I've been in healthcare for 10 years. If that's all you had to do to instill change in a patient, then the world would be a completely different place. When it comes to creating meaningful, sustainable change, we need a measurable goal to guide us. And I can do so much better. So I'm kind of going to do a start over. So that is my holistic nutritionist certification goal of the week. Last thing that we are going to do is write goals for my content. Content goal for this week is actually to have this video I'm filming right now be fully done. We are going to be filming and recording in the same week, on my most busy week of the entire semester. But I know I can do it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. Really, I was just trying to build an environment of productivity. If I take everything out of here and put it here and map it out, I can see how to make every single one of my goals this week happen for myself, and then I can kind of start confidently chugging away. And I do feel so much better now. And if you happen to be planning alongside with me, I hope you have your intentions for the week set out and you feel confident in accomplishing all of those things. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you